With the VA healthcare system are shedding light on the different ways veterans are prescribed opioids.
A new study shows what researchers say is a big difference in the ways veterans fight chronic pain. KCRG TV9's Connor Woodruff joins us now in the studio. Connor, you spoke with the lead researcher. What did she have to share?
Yeah, Jackie, Chris, and the researcher I talked to said 30 to 65% of veterans live with chronic pain. And for years, the primary treatment has been things like painkillers. But in recent years, veterans living in more urban areas are being prescribed less. Now, it's a different story for veterans living in more rural areas. The study shows in 2023, rural veterans were being prescribed opioids 45% more compared to veterans in urban areas. The lead researcher tells me there are a handful of potential reasons for this. Veterans in urban areas could have access to more non-pharmaceutical based treatments to chronic pain. It can also be a challenge whether or not a physician chooses to prescribe opioids.
There are risks to using opioid medications as well as taking folks off of opioid medications. And it really becomes a fine balance for folks, for clinicians who are working with folks who have chronic pain to determine whether or not the risks outweigh the benefits.
That's Dr. Rena Courtney with the Salem, Virginia VA. She's one of the lead researchers on this study. And with that, she says 10% of people prescribed opioids can suffer from addiction. And long-term use of opioids to treat chronic pain can also sometimes make pain worse. That's why she says providers in and out of the VA system should pursue alternative treatments for chronic pain.
It's a real call to action for those of us who are working in this area to get creative with the ways that we are making non-pharmacological approaches more accessible in rural communities for our veterans, including making interdisciplinary care, which again tends to be the gold standard for chronic pain care.
And the VA is trying to combat this by getting more specialty treatments into rural areas. That includes encouraging veterans to use programs like telehealth. In the studio, Connor Woodruff, KCRG TV9 News.
Thanks, Connor.